Hi guys, welcome back to another Bourbon Santa video. Today we're going to play around with some Knob Creek products, which is one of my favorite bourbons. I like their whole range of expressions. We're going to do the Knob Creek 9-year, in my opinion, the baseline product. I don't buy the other ones that don't have the 9-year age statement. 12-year, the 15-year limited edition. All of these are 100 proof. And then for the finale, we're going to do a Knob Creek single barrel store pick, 15 years old. So this is going to be fun. We're going to do some nosing. We're going to do some tasting. We're going to be comparing to some of the stuff that I had in the spice cabinet that I went and grabbed. We talked about that in a previous video about finding the notes and looking for them. So we're going to actually do that in today's video as we're comparing these 4 expressions of Knob Creek to each other and talking about value versus flavor relationships. So let's just jump right into this. The 9-year. Oh, I get brown sugar. I get almost caramel. This one's my warm-up whiskey. Am I getting cinnamon? Am I getting cinnamon? Oh, the slightest touch. Oh yeah, the slightest touch of cinnamon. Another one that I usually find is a hint of nutmeg. It's weird, but I get it. Oh yeah, just a hint. Just a little hint. Just a little hint. Are we going to get vanilla on this one? This is a homemade vanilla kit. So real high quality, good vanilla. I used a really high quality vodka to make this vanilla with these real natural vanilla beans. Oh, just a touch. It's not overly vanilla, this one. The 9-year isn't jumping out of the glass with vanilla, but it's there. And especially when you go from a nice, good quality vanilla, not your artificial vanilla flavored stuff, real good vanilla. The last one that I wanted to do, I just grabbed 4 of these to play with today. I got some Luxardo cherries. Give it a little whiff. Back over here. Is it there? A little bit. It's there. Just a little bit. A little bit. Let's try this one and see how it tastes. That's solid. It's a solid bourbon. It's nothing to write home about, but it's good. It delivers good flavors. It's got a nice price point. It's nice and cheap. I don't even remember what I paid for that. I'm pretty sure it was 30 something, 39 maybe. I don't remember. Florida pricing, of course. It's got the oak. It feels, compared to what some of these other ones are going to taste like, feels a bit young. I know it's 9 years old, so to my mind, it shouldn't feel young because, I expect a youth note in a 4-year-old bourbon or a 5-year-old bourbon or younger. And I've had bourbons and single malts that are half the age of this that don't have that youthful note. And this one just strikes me as a little youthful, not really green, but just you can tell that it feels a little younger, which is surprising for the 9-year age statement. Let's move on to the 12-year. Once we get through these, we'll A/B them and find out which one I actually like the best. Okay, the 12-year The cherry note is more pronounced. The vanilla is more pronounced. The cinnamon note isn't really more pronounced. It's still there. The nutmeg is still there, hiding in the back. The oak presence is ratcheted up a few notches. And even though these are the same exact proof, both at 100 proof, this one on the nose feels slightly higher alcohol. It feels like the percentage is higher, even though I know it's not, but it just presents that way. Oh yeah. The oak influence is definitely ratcheted up. You've got more oak bitter, more oak sugars happening. The caramel note is there a little more, and it's got more of a robust mouthfeel, more robust flavors. It's just fuller. It's just got more going on. So far, I prefer the 12-year. Big shock, but I prefer the 12-year so far. So let's go to the 15-year limited edition. It's also 100 proof. I think when they did these, they just took some of those barrels that would have been store picks, batched them together, and bottled this for a special release. Some of the ones, maybe the ones that were getting passed over by stores, is probably not the best 15-year barrels that they had, that they put together into this batch and bottled up and put out as a special release. I've had this before. As you can see, there's a few pours out of this bottle. I love this whiskey. It'll be interesting to see how it stacks up to a store pick. Obviously, the store pick's got to be the odds-on favorite for this, but not everyone can get store picks. I can't get store picks in Florida at all of Knob Creek, especially 15-year-old stuff. So I have to rely on people to send me sample bottles of store picks, and I've gotten to try quite a few of them, and they're amazing. So let's try this, see how it stacks up for the people like me who can't get store picks, and this is the only 15-year Knob Creek product that I can just go to the shelves and buy. Let's see how it works. Okay. This one has got a cherry note. That cherry note is, right on top. The vanilla is so clearly discernible in the 15-year. The cinnamon note's there, the nutmeg's there, the creaminess, the caramel, the brown sugar, it's all alive in this glass. It's all popping out and all trying to get your attention at once. It's all standing there, hey, I'm over here. This isn't one you got that I, at least, don't have to hunt around for those flavors. I don't have to really tease them out and explore with my brain and my palate. They're right there waiting for me to see them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one, the difference in oak presence isn't as pronounced as the difference between the 9 and the 12, even though it's the same number of years difference. I would expect this to be twice as oak forward as the 12-year. It's not. It is a little more, which I don't mind. I like a good oak presence in a whiskey. It really presents just nicely and is really surprisingly easy to drink. It's not fighting you on the way down. It's not hurting you. It's not harsh in any way. It's not sharp. It's just round and nice and easy to drink. Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice. So last but not least, we have the store pick. The store pick is from Pick and Save. I forget what state this came from. A junkie sent this to me, and I was super thankful for that. This one is a 15 years and 120 proof. So I don't have any points on that, so I don't know the exact proof. It's probably is just 120. They rounded it off. They do add a little water. Now this one, of course, way more alcohol. The alcohol is jumping out of the glass on the nose, but most of the same flavors that I find in the 15 are present. The 15 doesn't have the ethanol attacking you when you're trying to nose it. This one, you got to get past the ethanol. So let's blow it out and see where we get. This one has an oak note that feels like somebody just like poured some kind of vanilla cream all over the... I picture smells, and I see like a piece of oak with vanilla cream, just swirls of vanilla cream across the top of it like it's an icing, like an iced oak cake. The cherry's there. It's hiding right underneath. It's inside the cake. That vanilla cream is the top. The oak is the actual cake, and then cherries are in between the layers of the cake. Let's try this one. Oh, wow. That's like a wave of sensations all at once, and then now it's tingly on my tongue from the alcohol, from the extra alcohol. It's just little tingles all over my tongue. Creamy, luxurious vanillas, brown sugars, oak, cherry. The cinnamon is there. The cinnamon doesn't present as much in this single barrel as in the core expressions for me. The nutmeg, it's there if I look for it. If I compare, if I smell the nutmeg first and then go back to the glass, I pick it up. If I'm not hunting for the nutmeg, I don't find it here. I do find it on the core expressions pretty readily when I'm sniffing. The cinnamon's here. The cinnamon's in this glass. Absolutely, the cinnamon. It's funny when we describe these flavors. It doesn't necessarily mean everything that you experience when you smell the cinnamon. It's not everything you experience. It's not everything that you're nosing. You know, when you nose cinnamon, there's a beginning, middle, and end section to your breath. And if you really pay attention, each of those different segments of your nosing are different. There's a ramp to the flavors, and then a midpoint, and then a drop off. And sometimes when you're giving notes, you're only really experiencing a portion of that nosing experience. So for instance, with the cinnamon, when I nose the cinnamon, the part that I find in these is right at the end. It's the finish of the nosing experience of the cinnamon. That part of that experience is similar to these. It's not the entire gambit of experience when you're nosing a thing. You know, for vanilla, same thing. I'm not getting every little nuance of the vanilla in the vanilla from here. But as long as my brain is recognizing, oh, hey, I recognize part of this sensation. Part of this sensation reminds me of vanilla. That's vanilla when you're picking notes. If you get part of the sensation of smelling cherries, of smelling nice cherries, oh, like that, it's there. You're noticing that note. Use your spice cabinet. Use the stuff you have in your fridge. Compare the sensations you get from those items to what you're drinking. Yesterday, I was drinking some scotch with a buddy, and we were getting a pineapple note, but not really the flavor of the pineapple. It was almost the feel of the pineapple meat in your mouth. not as much the flavor of the sweetness and the tart and the acids, not that. It was almost the feel of the meat. So sometimes when you're picking out notes, it doesn't have to be a perfect personification of orange zest or lime zest or vanilla or cherries. It can be just part of the experience that reminds your brain, oh, hey, that reminds me of cherries. You're there. You're figuring it out. You're picking out notes. Cheers to that. So, to conclude this tasting, if you can get a 15-year store pick, do it. Do it. That's a buy it now. 15-year store picks of Knob Creek are absolutely a must-buy. If you can't, get the 15-year 100 proof special release if you can find it. If not, the 12-year is solid. The 12-year is solid. Going back to this now, I'm picking up a bready note that I wasn't on the first way through. I'm picking up a lot of vanilla in the 9-year going back to it. That's funny. On the 12, I'm picking up a bready note that I didn't get on the way through the first time. In conclusion, all 4 of these are worth having. I prefer the 15-year barrel proof. Store pick, and the 15-year limited edition. Those would be my personal favorites, but I'm not going to be sad if somebody pours me either of these other 2. So, there's a rundown of the Knob Creek lineup of age-stated products. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, have a great day.